If you have noticed the price of Punjab National Bank Housing Company shares, it has been continuously dropping. A couple of days ago, last week, I talked about Punjab National Bank Housing and I said how this share price will fall. From a 52-week high of 925 rupees, the price of the share has dropped to 505. Every day, as soon as the market opens, the stock, the counter, hits a lower freeze. That is 4.99%. So there is no trade possible. So tomorrow when the market opens, the price will drop by another 20 rupees. This will continue till the price comes down to 320. This is because the preferential offering that was given to Carlyle Group has been withdrawn by PNB Housing. If the old deal had gone through, then PNB Housing would have fallen into the hands of Carlyle Group, with Aditya Puri's family also holding a substantial stake. I'm sure Aditya Puri would have joined the bank and would have joined the housing company and would have lent his expertise. Punjab National Bank would have become a minority shareholder and the number of directors would tilt in favor of Carlyle Group. Basically, this would become a housing finance company run by private equity investor Carlyle Group. The Tier 1 and Tier 2 capital of Punjab National Bank is in serious trouble. It requires immediate infusion of money at a price which was higher than the market price. At that time, the Carlyle Group agreed to acquire a majority shares and substantially and said they would do a public open offer for balance 26% of the stake. If this deal had gone through, what would have happened is Punjab National Bank Housing Finance would have become a private entity and would have become more competitive with the Carlyle Group managing the business. Carlyle Group had already done such a deal with State Bank of India. For a long time, State Bank of India's credit card division was indirectly managed by Carlyle Group because they were both in a joint venture. Only when the SBI card IPO issue came out did Carlyle Group exit some of its position. So if this deal had gone through, they would have invested more money in this company, turned it around, made it profitable, and then exited the group. But what happened is stock advisories companies which normally advise retail investors on how to vote, decided to warn retail investors, saying that they were being taken for a ride and they will be losers. That was incorrect. The price would have gone up and retail shareholders would have been a big winner because the management quality of management would have been superior and PNB Housing Finance would be as aggressive as any private bank in selling mortgage securities. Unfortunately, it was not to be because vested interests got hold of it and petitioned Sebi. Sebi went by the letter of the law and said that the entire plan made by the board was ultra virus to the articles and association of the company. And though the company appealed to SAT, it came with a split verdict. And since the government had not appointed a third person in the tribunal, and so the agreement could not be made out. Sebi went to Supreme Court against the order, and today the Supreme Court has dismissed this petition, saying infructuous because the petition does not arise because Punjab National Bank Housing has already withdrawn this offer and they will not allot shares to Carlyle Group. Instead, now what the Punjab National Bank is trying to do is to float non-convertible debentures in the market so that investors can buy that for 2,000 crores and that can be shown as part of long-term capital. There is a catch there. If Punjab National Bank decides to list those NCDs, then the minimum face value of that investment would be 1 crore. These are very costly bonds. Would come between 8 to 9%. With global interest rates going up, it is very clear that this interest cost would make the company unviable in the sense most of the profits that the company earns will go into servicing this debt, and the company cannot be a very competitive player in an already ultra competitive housing finance market. The Indian housing finance market is highly competitive with lot of private players entering the fray, with Godrej and Aadhar Poonawalla also deciding to enter the play. This makes the field very crowded because both of them have deep pockets. Hobbled with such a large debt in form of perpetual debt, a company like Punjab National Bank Housing Finance cannot survive because the management of the company is in very poor shape. PNB Housing is not very aggressive in selling loans. The difference between a private sector and a public sector company is the private sector banks and NBFCs are ultra aggressive for pricing the market. That is, they give the most competitive rates and they have used other analytics to judge whether a borrower can repay or not. Whereas nationalized banks go through staid and standard procedures and will demand income tax certificates and other documents which most people in India will not have and will not take loans. So the very prime loans will go to people like HDFC Bank, and those not so prime loans will go to non-banking finance companies. The only loans that will remain with these banks are banks which people to whom nobody wants to lend money. Such customers will lead to the increase of NPA. It would have been a prudent strategy if the government had put its weight behind this process and got Carlyle Group to invest. At least this company would have turned around like Tata Sons buying Air India. Thank you for watching. Be rich. Good night. Privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification. नमस्कार, मेरा नाम आनंद श्रीनिवासन है और मैं एक पर्सनल फाइनेंस कंसल्टेंट हूँ। मैं 2 YouTube चैनल चलाता हूँ पर्सनल फाइनेंस के बारे में। एक मनी पेज तमिल में है। मेरे बहुत से दोस्त बोले कि मैं हिंदी में एक चैनल शुरू करूं, तो मैंने एक पैसा बोलता है नाम का एक हिंदी चैनल शुरू किया है। मैं पर्सनल निवेश के बारे में ही बात करूंगा। आप उसको सब्सक्राइब करें, अपने दोस्तों को शेयर करें। अगर आप हिंदी नहीं जानते हैं तो पैसा करें। जो आपके दोस्त हिंदी जानते हैं उनको सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए आग्रह करें। धन्यवाद। नमस्कार।